you got a real friend, you don't need much. Just a place to sit and fish is more than enough. When you got a real pal, there's nothing too tough. Together it is better when you got your real bud. Real bud.
Dun, 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 dun. Happy Olympics.
Happy Olympics, Taylor. We should have had our Olympic sign out. We didn't. We don't have our Olympic sign out.
We have one?
If we had our aid, we would have been able to browbeat him into designing one for us and put it up.
Yeah, we don't have one.
Yeah, I know. But anyway.
Have you been watching?
You know what? I have not.
My mom texted me today because the episode 42, 3 came out.
Yeah.
2. And she said, I'd love to hear John's take on the opening ceremonies because he said he listens to that.
Yeah.
Or watches that.
I did not watch it.
Did you hear the backlash on it?
No. What?
No?
Give me the deets on it. We need to know.
Well, the Christians are peeved.
Oh, yeah. I heard about that.
Yeah. Apparently there was a depiction they thought of the Last Supper, but it was a bunch of drag people. And in reality, I think it was just something with French history they were doing. Something about like Marie Antoinette and
you know what?
else.
I did hear that. I did hear the backlash on that. I mean, people went nuts over that. Yeah. And I can understand that.
I can understand if it was truly what they said it was, but I think they said it was like the pale horse or something is in the Bible and Revelation, but it was really a metallic horse. I don't know. It was things that could have been viewed as one thing, but I think were something else, but then they apologized for it, so it may have actually been that. So I don't know. But Celine Dion sang.
She did.
She brought people to tears.
Did she bring, I was going to ask, did she bring people to tears?
I didn't cry, and I have no idea what she said because it was in French, but it was very pretty, and I could see how one might cry from it.
She's done a number of songs in French in her concerts in years past.
She's from Canada, right?
But
she must be a French-speaking Canadian.
She is a French-speaking Canadian.
But she also has been very ill, I guess.
She has been ill lately. What's that disease she has?
She also has called stiff person syndrome.
And I don't know what that means or what the cause of that is and what the symptoms are or is there any cure for it or anything like that?
She had to cancel a residency in Vegas in 2021 because of stiff person syndrome effects, a neurological disorder which affects her muscles.
Ooh, that's not good. It's not good at all.
So anyway, she sounded anything but stiff in her performance.
She was good?
She was very good.
Okay.
I'll have to play it for you later.
She does have a beautiful voice. She really does.
Janelle and I were going around the house doing our fake French singing impression after that. And
oh, is that right?
I think we did her a disservice.
Yeah, I'm sure you did.
But you haven't watched any of the actual events or
anything? You know what?
I
have not. For some reason, I just don't get into the Olympics.
What?
I don't. I don't consider breakdancing part of the Olympics.
You must be my mom because she texted me. Yeah, she's on the same wavelength as you.
Oh yeah. What did she have to say?
She said, "I'm with John. Hard to understand how people are professional gamers. I guess I could be a professional home goods shopper and stream it." So that was her first text of the day.
Ooh.
Then she said, "Also, I remember watching the Olympics." And Mark Spitz thinking he was so cute. I wonder what John thought of the opening ceremony since he said he watches the opening and closing ceremonies. Also, the Lillehammer Olympics with the whole Tanya Harding, Nancy Kerrigan drama was quite the time.
I did see that. I did watch that. And that's true.
Was it Tanya Harding?
Tanya Harding, whole episode on that.
Did she attack Nancy?
Yep. She attacked
her ankle or something, or broke her leg? Or
I think, didn't she have something or
sliced her ankle?
Sliced her ankle or something along those lines. I can't remember.
And then
it was intentional and it was very blatantly intentional.
And her last text was, "For the love of all that's good, how is breakdancing an Olympic sport? I can't believe some of the stuff that's a sport. I'm old, I know."
I know, I am too. I am too. I got to give it to you. How is that a sport? I just don't get it.
It takes physical.
There's no doubt in my mind there's a lot of physical that occurs on breakdancing.
My mom also said, lastly, "Things I never thought I would hear my son say on a podcast. I dropped a deuce. Hashtag proud parent moment." And I said, "Yeah, Alyssa never checked that box for you, did she?" So.
Oh, that's perfect. That is perfect. Way to go, Mom.
Thanks, Mom, for the feedback.
Yep.
Steve gave some feedback.
Oh, what does Steve have to say?
He said, "After enjoying 8 days of cool weather in Florida, I finally watched episode 40 and 41. They had a great time in Florida at Disney with family, visiting his brother Gord, and he found time to ride a bike." And he was.
Did we go fishing with Gord? Did Gord go?
We did go fishing with Gord.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Gord was. He's from where Steve's from, but I think he lived in he was in Ocala, Florida. Is that a place?
Okay.
He also had a place in Minnesota, I think, that he sold, and yeah, but he had a boat that he would fish with.
Well, I remember when we went fishing with him, he indicated at the time that he was planning on moving to Florida.
I think full time, yeah.
Yeah, full time. That is.
So anyway, that was the feedback. But did you want to do an update on our countries?
Yes. Because I know I'm killing you in the countries.
I don't think
gold. What?
I checked earlier and it was not
good,
unless something happened today.
We have some of the best countries going, don't we?
Do you remember the three you had? Don't look. Do you remember?
What do you mean I'm going to look? I can look.
Portugal, Greece, and Hungary.
Portugal, Greece, and Hungary.
So let's look at the count.
And dun 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 dun.
Okay, I must be a moron, but I thought Hong Kong is its own country, right?
Hong Kong?
Yeah.
It's Taiwan, isn't it?
Well, Hong Kong, no, that's two different things. I think, but yeah, Hong Kong says it's in 10th place, but it says Hong Kong, China.
That's, Hong Kong and China, that's right.
But China's its own thing up in 2nd place. Because this ranks it by gold medals. So United States is in 6th with 4 gold medals, but we have 11 silver and 11 bronze. So we have 26 all-around medals, where Japan only has 13.
Let's get to the point. How many do I have and how many do you have?
Easy.
Yeah. No. This is a competition.
Mister, I don't even know my countries.
Yeah. I don't know my countries.
Okay, Portugal, Greece, Hungary.
Yeah. 0.
No, you had some.
I do. Yes, I knew it.
Portugal, Greece, Hungary. Hungary has 1.
Okay. Well, I'm
1 bronze medal.
okay.
And Portugal, Greece.
They're kind of in the negative column here, huh? Zip.
I mean, once soccer winds up, you might have 1 for Portugal, but
okay.
But if you want to check out mine, we have.
Let's check out Taylor's.
Sri Lanka, Sweden, and India.
Well, I'm sure Sri Lanka is just blowing everybody out of the water. With how many? If you say 4 or 5, I'm going to reach over there and hit you.
Sweden has 3.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And India has 2.
Oh, so you're 5 to my 1.
And Sri Lanka, they're just saving their energy for the important ones.
Okay.
I think basketball.
So 5 to 1. 5 to 1, huh? Okay.
So far.
All right.
So you might come back.
I think this thing was rigged altogether. I
you literally picked your tiles.
No, I know, but you told me to pick this number.
Take four.
At least that's what I heard in my headphones.
That's not what happened.
Is that headphones or is that something going on upstairs?
Those were the voices.
It's upstairs.
4, 7. What? Stop. No.
The voices are back.
12.
Mommy.
See, I've been watching a little bit of the Olympics. By the time this comes out, they might be done. But what did I watch? I watched some ping pong, which is very interesting.
You know what? I watched some ping pong it's a couple of Olympics ago, and it was fascinating to watch that.
I watched USA play Serbia in basketball.
Ooh, how'd that go?
We won.
Well, I knew we won, but do we play like
It was-
professionals, or was it?
We were about like 9.5. Kevin Durant was like 8 for 8 and 5 from 3. He was hot.
Hot.
You know Kevin Durant?
I don't know Kevin Durant.
He's this tall, skinny guy and very skinny.
Where's he from?
He went to University of Texas,
Texas boy.
and then he plays in the NBA. But they call him the Durantula. And my favorite nickname is the Slim Reaper.
Ooh, I like that. That's a good name for him.
And they call him Easy Money. Another nickname. So he was doing well. LeBron James,
LeBron?
the real GOAT.
Yeah.
Just kidding. He did okay. He was the flag bearer at the Olympics.
That's what I heard. And who was the female flag bearer? Was she
Coco Gauff, tennis player.
Yeah, tennis player, I thought.
She was the youngest ever to be a flag bearer.
Wow. How old is she?
I want to say 16.
Wow, that's incredible. Good for her. Congrats on that.
She is. Oh, she's 20.
Okay. Well, give or take 4 years, right?
But I think she was 16 when she came on the scene. When I was 20, I was, doing an internship with. I wasn't doing an internship. I was still doing tennis lessons for Parks and Rec.
Okay.
And I was working at Menards, I think. So it was pretty equal to bearing the flag of our country at the opening ceremonies.
It's very much the same.
Next to LeBron James.
Wow.
We had similar lives.
You and LeBron have similar lives?
No, me and Coco.
Okay.
So watch that. Watch ping pong. Watch some swimming.
What'd you think about the ping pong? Was that?
It was fascinating. They held the paddles interestingly.
Yeah.
Not how I would hold it, but I'm also not an Olympian. Yeah. Watched a little bit of judo. Watched some of the off the wall ones are fun to watch, but watched some rugby. We just got bronze in rugby.
Ooh.
Women's rugby. First ever medal in that.
Okay.
Saw some soccer. We're doing well in that. Men and women. And what else did I see? Watched some kayak slalom. That was quite the event.
Kayak slalom.
They were in this like whitewater rafting type situation in a kayak, and they had to go between the poles.
Kim, you got to help me on this one. I need help.
It takes
Why
physical
is
strength.
this thing
Water sport.
water sport? That ain't a sport. That's getting in a boat and going down the stream.
But fishing's a sport.
Fishing is not. I don't consider
Okay,
fishing a
good.
sport.
Well, if you don't, yeah, I'm
It's
fine
just
with that.
something enjoyable.
But yeah, I saw that they spent. We've already talked about this. They spent $1 billion to clean their river over the last 2 years or 10 years, and at like a week or so ago, it still wasn't at the proper acceptable levels of pH or whatever.
Yeah.
And they spent all that money, so they were going to wait till the day before the events. Like, what's it called? Rowing.
Oh, okay.
They're going to wait till the day before that event to
So you
test
can't
it.
you can't even row a boat in the river.
Apparently not. I guess it was there's just enough like
Wow.
fecal matter in it. Did you hear about this?
No.
And the president said it was so safe to swim in that he would get in the water too. So apparently people in France were upset that this is all going on, and that their money was going towards cleaning the river. So they all organized it so that I think the president was getting in at like noon or something. So at like 10 o'clock, everyone was going to go take a dump in the river, take a deuce with my mom. And so that they all had it calculated at like what time they had to take their deuce in the river so that it would be to him by noon, just to prove the point.
Crime.
So anyway, that's a good strike theory.
The silly French, the silly French.
They take a le douce,
Le douce.
le poupou.
Le poupou.
Saw some volleyball, some sand volleyball. It was pretty cool how they did it. It was the base of the Eiffel Tower.
That's kind of neat, yeah.
Did you see that?
I didn't see it, but I'm sure it looked pretty cool. Being at the base of the Eiffel Tower would be cool
Yes.
with that.
Do
Do you have any desire to go to Paris?
No, I used to. But maybe if Quinn wants to go.
We'll take Quinn.
It's
Well, that's neat.
It's pretty.
Really cool.
Really cool.
Really cool.
I don't know. I've heard that it's very run down and trashy now. It's just full of trash.
Yeah.
I think the historical part would be kind of cool in the museums and stuff. I also thought it was called the Louvre. Just called the Louvre.
Just the Louvre.
Isn't there an R in there?
Yeah, there is. The way it's spelled. But yeah, it's just pronounced the Louvre.
Louvre.
Mm-hmm.
Louvre.
Right.
Got like 6 silent letters in there.
Yeah.
I don't know. That part would be kind of interesting. I'd like to go to Rome to see that stuff.
I would too. I'd like to go to Rome and see all the ancient things there.
The Colosseum.
Could be Colosseum would be
see
fun.
where the Gladiator was filmed.
Yep. I'd like to see.
Not where they actually did the gladiatoring.
Yeah.
But did you see they're making a sequel to that?
I did not.
Yes.
I'd like to see St. Peter's. St. Peter's would be kind of cool to see.
Is that the Catholic church?
Right.
That's in Paris, right?
It's in Rome.
Oh. What was the one that just had a fire a couple of years back?
Oh, that's Notre Dame.
Oh. What's so special about St. Peter's?
St. Peter's is the church is built on where St. Peter's was. Upon this rock, you shall build my church.
Oh, so it's a biblical thing.
Biblical. Yep.
I should know this.
You should. And you know what? I've always wanted to go to Jerusalem. Not now is not the time to go, but
Real Buds road trip.
We could do some podcasts from Jerusalem or Rome, or we just need to get some fun. Should we start a GoFundMe page to?
I think we have like $25 from our subscriber.
Wow. Well, we're on the way.
Yeah, I think if we get what's the number? I saw a number the other day. We can qualify for monetization if we get.
What does that mean? Monetization.
Money.
Money, moolah. Show me the money.
Said if we get 100 Spotify listeners in the last 60 days and published 2 episodes in the last 60 days.
Well, we're there.
We've had 9 episodes in 60 days, and we have a little bit short of 100 listeners in 60 days.
Okay, well.
Once we kind of quadruple that number, we might get close.
And what does this entitle us?
Then we can offer subscriptions, which I think is similar to what that person's doing anyway already.
I never thought of subscriptions.
Yeah.
I mean, just out donations are always good, but subscriptions. We do. We need some subscribers.
Yeah.
So all of you out there.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes.
How much are we going to sell the subscriptions for? I'm all in on this.
$18 an episode.
It's $18 an episode?
Just kidding. No one would buy that.
I was thinking $40 or something.
Oh.
40 or 50. We need to get there quick. I'm 74.
I don't know if we've had a change in the region rankings or anything, but
ooh, you're doing the stats?
I was looking just for fun while I'm on there.
Okay.
Missouri, 26%.
Really?
We have listeners in Lee Summit, Jefferson City. Who do we know in Jeff City?
Oh, the governor.
Raymore, Independence, St. Louis, Warrensburg, Blue Springs, Cape Girardeau, O'Fallon, Hillsboro. That's a very small amount of our. And Kansas City was at 77% of that.
Okay.
And then
interesting. I love these things. This is kind of fascinating to me. Like
Iowa's number 2.
Okay.
Council Bluffs was 64%.
Oh, we know who that is. Thank you, Council Bluffs.
Garner.
Where's Garner?
Garner, Iowa.
Who do we know in Garner? Who do you know in Garner, I should say? Should have family in Garner, I would think.
I've never heard of Garner. I should know. Garner is by Clear Lake, which is by... the heck?
Okay, Kim and Joe, we're going to need your help on this one.
Northern Iowa. I'm going to say that's Mallory, Steve's daughter.
Oh.
I think.
Okay.
I know she listens.
Well, thank you, Mallory.
Thanks, Mallory. And then
Yeah.
Neola. That's home of the taco ride. Not sure who's listening from there.
The taco ride.
Yeah. Urbandale, Des Moines, Waterloo, and Cedar Rapids are at 1%. What else? Kansas. We have Overland Park, Olathe, and Leawood, KCK. Overland, yeah. So, and then Spring Hill, Shawnee, Gardner, Wichita, Lenexa at less than 1%. Excuse me. And then next is Colorado at 16%. That's a surprise.
That is a surprise. What area? Denver?
Denver, which I think is our listener of the week a couple weeks ago, Alex. But then we have Aurora, that was 77%, Aurora at 9%, Parker at 8%, Centennial at 3%, Littleton at 2%, and then Arvada and Colorado Springs at
Littleton.
1%.
We went to Littleton, didn't we?
May have. Nebraska's only at 5%, with Omaha being 88% of that. Hickman and Louisville. So, yeah.
What about international? Let's go international now. Venezuela, didn't we have some?
I'll read out the rest of the states, but it's not where.
Okay.
Then we have Illinois, Minnesota, Texas, Florida, Nevada, Ohio, New York, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, Virginia, Oklahoma, Massachusetts, Georgia, California, New Jersey, Utah, Wisconsin, Indiana, Michigan. That's pretty cool.
I am stunned by that. I really am.
I don't think they've listened for a while. They're pretty low.
Well, maybe they haven't, but I mean, still, at least they did. I mean, thank you for doing that.
Want to know something weird I've thought about before?
What's that?
I wonder how many states Otis's fur is in. You know how like I got fur all over me and we've traveled all over.
Yeah.
We've had him for 3 years. So he's been in Iowa, Nebraska, Kansas, Missouri, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Our fur has been probably to Colorado.
Probably.
But then those people who stayed in the hotel that we were in probably got it on them and they took it somewhere. So he's probably got fur all over the world.
Way to go, Otis.
Thanks, Otis. And then countries are still the same.
We have
Mexico.
We have Mexico?
Yep, with not enough data to tell us where they're from in Mexico.
Okay.
We have France.
Yeah, we had the French. I know we had the French thing. And wasn't that in Paris?
Nouvelle Aquitaine.
Nouveau Aquitaine.
Nouvelle.
Nouvelle.
Which is kind of in the middle of nowhere. It's... Where is that? It's northeast of Bordeaux.
Ooh.
Which is... I don't know.
We need to go do a podcast from there.
Find out who it is.
We need to find out who that is and go knocking on their door.
It was an accident. I went to search for real winemaking.
And, while we're there, we could probably do some samplings.
Yes.
Of some of the...
And the Philippines, not enough
local
data. Denmark is from Capital Region.
I didn't know we had one in Denmark.
Yeah, we did. We talked about the Dutch and if they were
Oh,
Dutch
yeah,
or
that's true.
Danish.
Dutch, Danish.
So then we got Capital Region of Denmark. This is probably just like one of our rich friends who's been traveling.
Yeah, well, thank you anyway.
I don't know. It's not showing me where this is. Okay, it's by Copenhagen.
Okay.
That's in Denmark? We're stupid. Sorry for that. Keep listening, please. And tell your friends all over the world.
And listen to a couple of stupid Americans on.
I don't even know a Danish accent. So
I don't know how you do a Danish accent either.
That is Denmark, right?
Denmark.
Danish? Yeah. What did you bring today to talk about?
I brought, we have some fast facts today, if you want to talk about some fast facts.
Let's hear some fast facts.
Ooh. You ready?
FF.
Do some FFs.
Do you have a a song for this segment you want to sing?
Well, we need to get some songs, and we need to get.
It's time for Johnny's Fast Facts. Do 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 do.
Da-da-da-da-da. Okay, a typical American dog owner spends more than $14,000 on his or her pet by the end of his life.
$14,000.
It's probably what you spent on Otis today, isn't it?
Today he got his grooming done, and it was $80 with tip.
$80?
So $240 a year. Dang, that does add up.
Mm-hmm. How long have you had Otis?
3 years.
3 years?
He gets it. Well, wait. Yeah, 80. Oh, so $80 a year. It used to be less, but so $320 a year. So that's like $3,000 a lifetime, just for his grooming.
Mm-hmm.
His food is about $60, which costs a month times 12. Dang. Yeah.
He only eats $60 a month?
Ish, yeah, I think.
Wow.
So that's $7,200 for his life if he lived 10 years. Hopefully he lives longer.
Yeah.
And then so that's at $10,000 already. And then vet bills, we just took him the other day, and that was $315 for just like vaccinations, his yearly stuff.
Yeah.
So $300. That's another $3,000 per lifetime just for checkups and shots. Yeah, I think easily 14.
Easy 14 grand. I mean, that. When I saw that number, I thought that's a little conservative, because the first thing I thought of was Courtney and my daughter Courtney and Mike, my son-in-law, and they're 3 dogs that are always at the vet and always costing thousands of dollars for this and that and the other for some reason.
Yeah, between that, his grooming, what else has he had? All the scarves we got him.
Scarves?
I don't know. Other vet bills, he got quoted $600 or $700 to have a couple of things removed from his skin we talked about. Things for the car we've gotten probably add up to a couple $100, like his
we're at 14 grand now.
Toys, mostly from his grandma and grandpa.
Well, yeah.
Boarding for him.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty cheap for us. We have friends watch him sometimes, but even then we pay him some. So yeah, he's adding up. But he's worth it.
I think he is.
Look at him.
Yeah, look at him over there, just laying down. Looks like he's dead.
He lost a good amount of weight just from getting a haircut.
I think he did.
He at least thins out, because I put his harness on him and it just slid off real easily. Usually it takes some effort to put on, but and then he has his bark collar when he goes outside, and that went on pretty easy. So you could tell he was feeling
his
good.
Bark collar. What is that?
He's a collar that beeps when he barks, and then after a couple of barks, after he beeps, it'll then buzz. We turned off the shock part of it, but
why?
It's not humane, John.
Oh,
I don't know.
Okay.
We got him a new one. Maybe we didn't turn that off yet.
Okay.
But
all right.
Yeah, he's well behaved now.
Well, good.
Did you have dogs ever? You had a couple.
We had one dog, Buffy, and we had Buffy for years and years, and she was a little Lhasa Apso, which is a little dog that looks like a dust mop, a little white dust mop, and she kind of ruled the house.
Yeah.
She did whatever she wanted to do, and
if Mary Alice, if I had to pin her to a dog that she would own, it would be that.
Yeah, she was. Yeah.
I could imagine you with it looked like that. Did it look like that?
It did.
I can imagine you.
Only it was a miniature one.
A miniature one of those?
Yeah.
That already looks small. I could imagine you holding that under your arm.
I'd have my own little carrying case and put it on my shoulder, and I'd walk around.
Louis Vuitton.
Yeah, I'd do a Louis Vuitton kind of thing.
Excuse me. I need to get on the plane first.
Okay.
My support dog.
All right, the next fast fact. In 1869, visionary inventor Thomas Edison patented the
light bulb.
First electronic vote recorder.
Ooh.
The recorder registered voters' choices as they were made and provided total vote counts, as well as a paper trail. This invention, which was a radical departure from the voting tradition, that was a commercial failure.
So that's why they call it the caucus.
I don't know.
Because of Edison.
Probably.
It all makes sense now.
Yeah, it does. See?
I don't know what that
That's
means.
what I love about these fast facts, you know.
Didn't add any
A
clarity.
lot of things just come more into clarity. Did you know that 10% of Dalmatians are deaf?
Is it because they're on, all of them are on fire trucks and
Probably. I think it's the sirens on the fire
sirens so
truck.
loud it makes them
Yeah,
deaf?
sure. The bell ringing, that bell that they have on fire trucks.
Maybe it's because they want them to be better at sniffing because they compensate. So they're better at smelling fires.
I don't know.
I don't know.
They're
not very nice, I've heard.
That's what I've heard, the same thing, that they're kind of aggressive. And
it's kind of one of those things like growing up, we saw things like quicksand and Scooby-Doo, and you're like, oh, it's everywhere. There's going to be quicksand all over, and it's going to be my biggest problem in life is avoiding quicksand.
Yeah.
That's what I thought when I was 6. And I'm like, man, 101 Dalmatians, these are going to be everywhere. I love these Dalmatians.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen a Dalmatian in person in probably 8 years,
I haven't seen one in a long time. I don't know anybody that owns one or has one.
Yeah, I've never known someone who has a Dalmatian.
I don't think fire departments have them anymore either.
I think some do.
Do?
It's kind of a novelty. Why did they have those?
I don't know. They've always been sort of a fireman's friend kind of animal. Why, I don't know.
Why did firemen have Dalmatians? They've had a Dalmatian associated with their work since the days of horse-drawn fire wagons. They were a natural choice because they were accustomed to being around horses and running long distances.
Ooh.
They could keep up with the horses, which could pull wagons up to 20 to 30 miles a day. They helped keep the horses calm and safe in a tense environment. They could guard the firemen and the firehouse from theft. They'd clear the way in front of fire engines, barking to warn pedestrians to get out of the way of the horses' hooves. And they keep other dogs from bothering the horses. So
it's basically they came into being, the fire departments, with horse-drawn.
Yeah, they were just fast and
protective.
And then
like you
they
said.
probably just became synonymous with it. They were kind of the mascot, so everyone wanted a Dalmatian.
Yep.
Nobody wanted a Great Pyrenees on their truck. I would like to take Otis to the Pyrenees Mountains and to have him figure it out.
Wonder if you'd have an epiphany there.
This is what I'm meant for.
Wow. That's what I'm named after.
I should go guard some livestock.
Yeah.
He'd probably go pee on a tree and then, where's my treat? I'm tired.
Where's my treat?
It's hot.
And then he lays down again. Did you know that flies taste with their feet?
I think I knew that. That's why they rub them together.
I never knew that. It's kind of a weird one anyway. The idea of a tip for a waiter or waitress comes from the 17th century. Boxes in restaurants labeled to ensure promptness. Diners would put some cash in the box before eating to get better service.
Oh.
So the tip was designed to get better service in advance. Now we do it at the end.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But also sometimes you tip before they prepare it. Well, that's not true. I guess a lot of restaurants, the ones that I do tip at more often are the ones that you get the tip, or you tip them after you already got the bill, which is after you are done.
Right.
But some places, I guess, you order up at a counter, you tip, and then they make your stuff.
Okay. Yeah.
Which is one that scares me to not tip at too, because they could spit
Oh yeah,
it,
they could do all kinds of weird things to your food.
put antifreeze in it.
Yeah, something like that.
Don't give them ideas.
Lyndon B. Johnson was the first U.S. commander-in-chief to wear contact lenses.
I just talked about
And he
this
was
with
kind of an
someone.
old goat, too. I mean, an old guy. I used to wear contacts up until about 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I miss them, actually.
I just got a box yesterday in the mail.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I knew someone before who wore glass contacts.
Ooh.
I was afraid those would breaking my eye.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Uh,
I could never wear that. I could never wear those hard, what they call the hard surface contacts, which I guess are just real hard plastic. Never could wear those, but I could wear the soft contacts.
do they break? Yeah, I don't know. Yes, glass can shatter if dropped. Yes, glass can shatter if dropped or hit hard enough, but it's very unlikely. Glass lenses are held to similar safety standards as other lens materials, making them safer than many people think. In fact, some people still prefer glass over plastic because they offer clear vision and are more scratch resistant.
Ooh, very good.
Interesting.
Have to look into that maybe the next time I go to the
Wonder if they're
eye
good
doctor.
forever. I don't like that. I feel like they wouldn't breathe as much and they wouldn't let air in.
Yeah.
Yeah, can you imagine that shattering on your eye?
Ugh.
If you get a little like hair in your eye,
that's
it hurts.
good. That's good. The early morning jolt of caffeine, can be costly in Moscow. The price of an average cup of coffee is $10.19 U.S., the highest in the world.
That's what yours costs around the fall when you start getting those pumpkin spice lattes.
I've never had one of those. Have you?
Never? Oh, yeah. Every fall.
And are they okay or good or what?
You wouldn't like it. I mean, I usually get less sweet in it just because of how it's very sweet. It's like a dessert. But yeah, you should hear the fall. I need you to hear the fall menu and then see which one you prefer out of all of them.
I'm just a pretty straightforward kind of guy when it comes to coffee. My deviation from coffee is I do like Starbucks, and I do like their can't think of the name of the coffee that they have now that I always get.
The dark roast one?
It's a dark roast one, yes. Sumatra.
Frank Sumatra.
Frank
so they
Sumatra.
have the pumpkin spice latte, hot, iced, or frappuccino. They have a pumpkin cream cold brew, which is one of my favorites. An iced pumpkin cream chai, an iced apple crisp cream chai, non-dairy. It's new. They have an iced apple crisp shaken espresso with oat milk. They have an apple crisp macchiato with oat milk. Pumpkin cream cheese muffin, baked apple croissant, raccoon cake pop. That's new.
That's weird.
Iced pecan crunch latte with oat milk. That's new. That sounds pretty good.
What about a regular cup of coffee? If you walked in there, do I have to give them all this kind of stuff that you're telling me, or can I just walk in and say, "Give me a cup of coffee"?
Well, they would probably scowl at you because you'd say medium, and they'd say, "Oh, you mean grande?" No, medium. That's grande.
Why do they want to go with grande? What's?
Well, it's tall, grande, or venti.
Oh, so that's their termination, or that's their terms for what a regular cup of coffee would be.
Yes.
But excuse me, sir. It's a grande, don't you know?
Yes. And they also
what
have
a bunch of snobs.
A salted pecan cream cold foam and a mummy cookie.
Could you get any more in there?
Ooh, one episode, I'll bring some of these and you can do a taste test.
Not in the evening. I'll be up all night. I could never do that.
We'll do a morning
Okay,
recording.
we'll do a morning recording and see how that comes out. That'll work. Do you know barbed wire played a large part in the formation of the American West? In 1873, an Illinois farmer named Joseph Glidden was credited with designing the most popular barbed wire, winning out in court battles and in the marketplace, beating over 570 other patented designs.
What did Barb ever do to him?
Huh?
What did Barb ever do to him?
I don't know. It's a little sticky, maybe. A little pointed.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
She must have not been very nice.
Probably not.
She was prickly.
Yeah. Did you know the human body contains approximately 4 ounces of salt? How did they determine that? How would you come up with something like that?
Well, they made someone sweat until they passed away, and then they collected all of their salt from their sweat, and that's a lot.
I wonder if they could find out through autopsies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I never could figure out how they determined, how much water was made up in a body. I never knew that.
Probably the same way they test the blood alcohol content.
Ooh, that's not good.
Have you?
We don't want to do that.
Have you ever seen an autopsy before?
I never have. Never have. My wife has.
Why'd she see it?
I think it was part of her schooling or something.
Yeah. Part of her marriage certificate she had to sign. She had to perform an autopsy on somebody.
No.
I don't know.
Let's move on.
I saw some pictures one time from somebody, not going to name names. They showed me they had to watch one as part of some training.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy's head was like cut open and it's like hollow, it's hollow in there, and it was gross. Stuck with me for a while. I think he had a beard, and it made him look less like a prop,
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway.
No, I've never seen an autopsy.
Well, consider yourself fortunate because that's just burned into my brain now.
Okay. Well,
Thank
good.
you.
Good for you. You can live with that. I can't.
Yeah.
Louisa May Alcott, author of the best-selling classic Little Men and Little Women, actually disliked children. What's more, Alcott was a school teacher. Kind of a crazy lady. Sea turtles absorb a lot of salt from the seawater in which they live. That makes sense. They excrete excess salt from their eyes, so it often looks as though they are crying.
I wonder how many ounces they have.
I don't know. Probably more than what you and I have. More than 7 ounces.
Do you want to do a couple more?
That's all I got.
That's all you got?
That's all I got. Let's see what else I have here. I have some odd ordinances, city ordinances.
Do a couple of those.
You want to do a couple of those? Okay. These are called odd ordinances. In the 1930s, it was a crime to serve apple pie without a cheese topping in Wisconsin.
What? A cheese topping?
Yeah, a cheese topping. Have you ever had cheese topping on apple pie?
It's
I've heard
disgusting.
of it before, but I've never tried it.
I would love this more if it just had some Gouda on it. Hi, can I get apple pie with some pepper jack, please?
Apple pie with pepper jack. Yeah.
What kind of cheese topping are they talking about?
I don't know, just regular cheese, American cheese kind of topping.
Some cheese whiz?
I don't think they
That
do.
canned
I
stuff?
don't think they do the squirt cheese whiz kind of stuff.
Instead of whipped cream, can I just get some cheese whiz?
Just add a topping of cheese whiz on
a
it.
delicacy.
We'll be fine. Throwing pickle juice on a trolley is illegal in Rhode Island.
That makes sense.
Yeah, but how did that come to be? I mean,
If you
they
have
must
to
have had
ask.
a really huge pickle juice throwing problem in Rhode Island back then.
I can imagine.
Firemen aren't allowed to rescue women wearing nightgowns in St. Louis, Missouri. But it's okay if they're naked, right?
Moving on.
The city of Pasadena, California, made it illegal for secretaries to be alone with their bosses.
Yeah.
I think that's not pretty bad.
I've heard some stories lately of things happening.
In Pasadena?
Yeah. I think that's
Okay.
where it was.
Cool.
They can't be trusted there because it's the Rose Bowl.
Oh, yeah.
They're afraid they're going to take them to the Rose Bowl championship game.
Yeah, I guess so. Bathing without clothes is not allowed in the state of Florida.
Makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
Because of the bath salts.
Probably. Salt from the ocean.
Well, there's those guys who would eat bath salts and then eat people's faces off. Or smoke bath salts and then... Remember that?
No.
There's some guy like under an overpass in Florida and he was like eating a guy's face. And he had been smoking bath salts and it
Wow.
did something to him.
How did you find out about this?
I don't know. The news? You're so
It was
big on
on
the news.
the news?
Yes.
No.
Florida man.
Florida bath salt face-eating guy.
Yeah, 2012. Bath salts drugs suspected in Miami face-eating attack.
Well, bath salts? What do you do? How do you do those? Do you eat them or smoke them or what?
Usually, usually I've heard that you,
Come on, tell me. You should know about all this stuff. It's your generation.
my generation is the one doing
Yeah,
bath salts.
right.
Let's see, 2012.
My generation was just pot and LSD.
My generation doesn't do that. This guy, I don't know how old he was. I'm sure he wasn't my age because he was 31, and that was 12 years ago. So that's not my generation.
Yeah, it is.
A 40
of the two of us, it's your generation.
Okay. So if there's someone who's 104, I'll say they're your generation because they're closer to your age.
Sure, why not?
All right.
Okay, that's the way you want to play it. We can play in this game.
I saw a video. What's the gymnastics thing? Not pommel horse, where they have the two bars that they're like swinging around on. What's the one where they run and is it pole vault? Not pole vault. That's a thing you use.
I did watch this week that one guy that won the gold medal on the pommel horse for the United States.
Vault.
Vault.
Vault. Yeah, it's the vault. The one where they run, they go on this like springboard, and then it's like a big platform, and they push off and they do flips and stuff.
Oh, I've seen that before. Yeah,
Well,
I haven't seen it this time. But
I saw a video our realtor posted where it said our parents buying a house versus us buying a house, like all the things they had to do to buy a house.
Yeah,
And the parents one was the guy it was the guy just running up, jumping, and then like pushing off the thing, and he doesn't even do a flip. He just kind of like lands on his feet, and everyone's cheering. And then the one now is like versus me buying a house, and it was like a guy running, jumping. He does like 6 flips and a couple spins, and then lands, and just a lot more hoops to jump through. But
I know.
So one thing I heard before was you type in Florida man, and then you put your birthday, and then it'll give you that's who you are, is the person in the article. So we'll do Florida man, June 6th.
Yep.
What?
Just go ahead and just type it in there.
Florida man charged with pouring ketchup on girlfriend.
Oh.
A Florida man is facing a misdemeanor charge for allegedly pouring ketchup on his girlfriend while she slept.
She slept.
He's facing first-degree misdemeanor domestic battery for the encounter that took place.
Getting a little weird.
I feel like, I don't know why he did it, but I feel like she must have a reason for wanting to get him in trouble.
Either that or she has a ketchup fetish. Or he does.
They've been arguing over her infidelity before she went to sleep.
Oh.
And the report says she was covered in ketchup. He denied the allegation, although the report says there was ketchup on his pants. Interesting. I mean, I have to commend him if that's the worst he did from her cheating on him. I can't blame him. Okay, I'll put my birthday in now and see what.
Oh,
mine's a little different. Florida man attempts to board plane with rocket-propelled grenade launcher.
Oh, that's cool. Rocket-propelled grenade launcher.
Baggage caught the attention of airport officials when they spotted a grenade and an unassembled military-grade rocket-propelled grenade launcher in his bags. That's a little less.
I can imagine those people see virtually everything.
Yeah.
This does not surprise me.
A little less innocent than your ketchup.
Oh, yeah, I know, but
Another one I saw was Florida man accused of murdering wife after telling police she is swimming with the fishes.
Ooh.
Yikes. That sounds like something from like the Godfather or something.
Sopranos.
She's swimming with the fishes.
Yeah.
Oh, he's your generation, 66. Roberto Colon.
He look.
He looks like he.
Okay. When you said swimming with fishes, that's kind of a mobster term anyway. So
Yeah, I mean,
he looks like one.
people complain that we're not themey enough for our name, fishing. So there's your fish reference for the episode.
What is my fish reference?
That was the fish reference for the
Okay.
episode.
All right.
So
That'll work.
people have to be happy now.
Yeah, they do.
Want to do one more?
You or me?
You.
Okay. Not taking a bath on Saturday night is against the law in Bear, Vermont.
You have to take a bath on Friday.
That's what it says here.
Hmm.
Not taking a bath on Saturday night is against the law in Bear, Vermont.
It is like to be clean, you know?
The next one is even better.
Okay, last one then.
Driving a car while asleep is a crime anywhere in Tennessee.
That's that's probably good.
Yeah, that's a good one to have.
Wonder why they had to implement that.
Here's another good one.
Okay, go ahead.
It's illegal to drive a car if you're blind in New York. That kind of makes sense.
That's probably
That's
good.
kind of a good law.
Well, fun. Thanks for your facts.
Yeah. Odd Ordinances is what this was called. And again, it's brought to you by the Book of Extraordinary Facts.
Fun.
Bought this on Amazon. So if
Oh, you did?
I did. If you're interested in it, you can get it on Amazon.
What made you want to buy that?
I saw it. As a matter of fact, Mary Elsa and I went to have our eyes checked, and we were at the eye doctor's, and she went in and had her eyes tested first, and I was kind of looking around. I saw this book on the coffee table there, and I picked it up and started reading, and I thought, man, this is great. So I went up and asked the lady where she got it, and she told me where she got it.
Mm-hmm.
We immediately ordered it.
Did you find out when you went to the eye doctor if you had keratoconus?
No.
Your eyes don't look too coned.
No, they're not coned.
Well, fun.
What is that?
That's what we talked about last week when
We did talk
cornea,
about
their eyeballs
Yep.
cone.
Right.
And I don't have that.
Well, that's good. I
I
guess that's
found
good.
out this week another reason why I know that Courtney's your daughter.
How did you know that?
Mike told me that she texted him and she said, how do you send those little gifts in an email? And Mike's like, I don't know. But
Little gifts.
like the moving little pictures, the
Okay.
little video, but
Yeah,
it
sure.
repeats.
Uh-huh.
And he said later on, she actually just was trying to figure out how to do it over text message, but she said email. So I knew she was your daughter because you're
Yeah, she
always
is.
saying,
How do you do that? How do you do that? What, email or text or what?
Well, you usually call text emails.
Right. And I
I emailed Billy Bob the other day.
yeah, right.
What? You did?
No,
we were
you
texting.
him.
And then also, it's a big week because I've been asked twice this week to Photoshop things for people.
Why? What do they want photoshopped? Well, you're a professional photographer, and you can.
Yeah,
do
so
all
I
that.
should probably know how to use Photoshop.
You should know how to do that. You probably have it on your computer. I would think.
I called roommate Andy, was going through old pictures, and there's a picture of me, him, another friend we still talk to, and another guy we did not talk to. And he said, Taylor, Photoshop Sean in this. And you know Sean. He wanted me to put Sean's face on this picture. And I didn't reply because I was busy, but also I don't know how to Photoshop people's faces like that. So he assumed that since I have a camera and I color correct images from weddings that I can just put anyone's face on something.
You could do anything with that.
And then my other one was Sunday. My father-in-law. I just got the worst news. My brother-in-law just texted me and said, dude. And I said, yes. And he sent me a picture of his girlfriend with a Hawkeye t-shirt. And now I think I don't like that. But my father-in-law asked me, he said he wanted to post a picture of his wife, but she didn't like it because she was holding a picture of alcohol in her hand or something. Mm-hmm. So he said, can you please edit this to be a can of Coke? That's disgusting, Otis.
And so what? Why? How do you change?
I didn't. I told him I'm not good at that.
Okay, yeah, I wouldn't think
I didn't know how to do that. I couldn't make it look natural. So
well, I did.
So he just posted it as is.
Yeah, well, You don't have that kind of equipment to do that, do you?
I mean, I've got a computer and I got Photoshop, but I don't have the knowledge on changing a Topo Chico can to Coke Zero.
Okay.
So
Sprite Zero or something like that. So
yeah, I sent him a picture back of it. Her hand just cropped out of the picture, so he didn't use that one.
he didn't? Okay. All right.
Anything else you want to end with?
I think that's all I got, other than should we do the sponsors? I need to do the
We should probably
sponsors.
just end it right here.
No, we're not going to end it right here. We got to plug our sponsors.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, we have to be sure and follow up. And if you're interested in wedding photography, Taylor Atkinson Photography, and
I love how you say photography.
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 Photography. Photography.
And who can I buy a cutting board from?
You can buy cutting boards from our good friend, Mr. Chris Dowdy at CHD Wood Designs.
That's fantastic. Thank you
It
for
is
informing
fantastic.
our listeners.
And also be sure and wear sunscreen.
And also make sure you clean your camera lens before you take a photo. Peace and blessings.
Bye, everyone.